For that year, there was nothing else that I wanted to do for the colt. I wanted to rest him. I'd already had the plan for him for next year, and so I just decided to. I told we didn't have him in anything else anyway, so we weren't going to pay him up late nowhere. I said, let's just take him home. Let me get him well, and we had an ankle that come up on us, so we had to do a little ankle surgery on him. So we got that out of the way, and everything come back perfect out of that.
It's normal for us to get with Clint by phone. We talk nearly every week, maybe 2 or 3 times a week, depending on what's coming up. But now, I believe he was at the January Heritage Sale, and we typically will talk there extensively about what we're going to do. And it was never a question about retiring him as a 2-year-old. Clint wanted to get him ready for the Ruidoso and back to the All-American. Now, we never entertained a thought about all 3 of those, the Ruidoso and the Rainbow and the All-American.
What was the intention for 2016?
Win the Ruidoso Derby and the All-American Derby, and that was it. But I did want to run the horse one time at Remington just to make sure that he had the air and the fitness for when he got out to Ruidoso, because he has the altitude to deal with, and I wanted to make sure he had one out under his belt before we got there.
They're off to Mr. Masterbug. They brush as they come out, BB Midnight Express and Just Good Candy, but now they're both rolling. Outside Shake of Papacito third, inside ABC fourth, and Just Good Candy strikes the front. 100 yards to go. It's Just Good Candy on top. ABC battling inside. Just Good Candy under wraps. Just Good Candy to win the comeback by a half length over ABC. Tight for the show, BB Midnight Express and Shake of Papacito.
First race, he needed it. He was in there. He was a little nervous. In our first race, when he walked in the gates, he actually tried to flip. He hit the gates. He was kind of nervous, but whenever he won it, he got his confidence back. And that set him right for Ruidoso.
We did not want him to lose. We wanted him to be undefeated. So that event leading up to that race was almost the anticipation of something happening to Jess, and him not winning was overwhelming. And that was such a big relief when he did win.
He needed the race, and even after the race, I asked Ivan, I said, Ivan, does he give out or tired? And that was extreme racing day. And he said, no, he was wanting to look at the zebras. He just stopped and he just sat there and looked at them, And so I thought he was, just exhausted from the race. And he said, no, he said he's just looking, because when he got up there to me, he seemed like he was all right. We come out of the race in good order. Took him to Ruidoso, got him settled in up there. And he knew where he was at. Got him off the trailer, started bucking and playing, snorting. And he loved the mountain air. We get to training on him up there, get him in shape. Or well, he's pretty well in shape, but I just wanted to let him get the feel of the altitude. It's a different deal. You kind of got to get used to it. And so anyway, we started tracking him pretty regularly. About every 2 days, he was going to the track. Did that there for a couple weeks, and then we started prepping him for the trials.
Good break for You Gonna Kiss Me or Not. Just Good Candy now taking over. J.M. Mr. Evan goes with him. Down at the rail is Fantastic Baby. Then we have More Please, One Fabulous Eagle, Not Today. J.M. Mr. Evan. Just Good Candy. Just Good Candy is starting his class. Just Good Candy wins.
There it is. Can he get into the Ruidoso Derby? And we have lots of people, saying, wow, you've got a nice horse, and, we say thank you, and you're extremely stressed again, Is he going to do it again? Can he do it again? Are we going to go home, without a winner this time, or what are we going to do, And was really happy that he got into the Ruidoso Derby.
We saw a horse that's figured it out. he knew his job. He didn't really know it when we were going into the All-American Futurity Trials, but when we went into the Ruidoso Derby Trials, he knew his job, and he just kept waiting. I mean, he was ready to go 3 or 4 days after his trial. He was ready to go run. As he comes out of the trial, he's fresh, he's strong, he's eating good. I still don't like to overtrain the horse in between trial and finals, and because I like to keep him sharp and fresh. And so we took him out to the track, let him gallop around there. He's just kicking up over his back. Ivan about comes off of him because he's bucking and playing so hard. So I mean, he was definitely ready coming into the finals.
He did everything good in the trials. He qualified. I think he didn't have one of the best times, but he qualified good. Galloped him one more time during the week going in, and I mean, in his final he did everything perfect. There was nothing he did wrong.
Rodrigo.
Last year's All-American Futurity winner moving on up into the gate, and they're all set for the Grade 1 $1 million Ruidoso Derby. They're running in the Ruidoso Derby, and a great break from all. Jess Good Candy came away fast, but is floating to the outside fence. Back toward the inside, Full Chrome Bay. Middle of the track, a Political OK, just went by Big Blue, and it's Jess Good Candy. Here comes a Political OK, Full Chrome Bay to the inside, but Jess Good Candy wins the Ruidoso Derby and remains undefeated.
We were the last to load, so it really doesn't give them much time in there. Anywhere you load, last to load, you're probably in there for half a second, really. So right when he walked in, and they kicked him, they outbreak him a little bit. He broke out. The only time he's ran on the outside was at Remington, his first out. So it kind of threw him off guard a little bit, not seeing any horses on his outside. So he broke out a little bit, and he was probably about a length behind the whole field. And I'm coming probably about a good 100 yards. That's when he really kicked in and just flew by all of them.
Go ahead.
Okay, everybody ready? Smile.
Yeah, this horse, like I said before, that he's every trainer's dream. Everybody wants this horse, and we're fortunate enough to have him. And it just seems like the further he goes, the stronger he gets. And his heart's so big, he's so big, and it's just an awesome performance by him.
Plan's still the same that you told me earlier, that we're skipping the Rainbow most likely and looking at the All-American.
Yes, we're gonna. I've watched it time and time again. People try to do all 3 of them, and then they run out of horse right there at the end. I don't want that to be the case for this horse. I want to make sure that we're just as strong enough. If we get through the trials of the All-American, that we're just as strong in the finals.
Be sure to check out all the episodes of Jess Good Candy, The Making of a Sire, on StallionEsearch.com.